Fuck, I was about to die with this coffee. Okay, so almost starting. Let me just wrap things up really quick and really nicely, because I forgot to turn on my cameras, which is stupid, right? Okay. Now we're cool. So, let's get on with it. So, where is it? All right, here it is. Yeah, we're live. Hey everyone, welcome once again to another Yet live stream. So as usual, let me just give you a quick update. So I got a new lamp right here. The Yo Blakey, what up? So I got this new lamp from Redgrass Games. Fucking awesome, and I have the entire collection. I think it's really good, not gonna lie. It has helped me a ton because I can straight up position it in an angle where the light doesn't fucking create shadows on my minis while painting. So yeah. So what else we got? So I finished it up. The orc from last week, all done, lock and load. This was a really fucking challenge, I'm not gonna lie. I also did this one. This is going for a competition from Roman Laplate. Yeah, I 3D printed it, but I didn't like the position of the hand. It didn't have anything else. It was just like open hands with arms wide open. So I did a new arm and a new hand with a paintbrush on it. So yeah, this is going for the diorama for his competition, which I think it will be ending on February. I'm not sure, but I'll be spending the entire December doing all types of streams, especially because I'm going to be on vacation. So yeah. Another thing that I've been trying non-metallic metal on copper, even though this one isn't too orangey. It's more like a rusted metal, but with the advice of a friend, I'm going to put some orange on it just to make it look more, good looking, as a copper should. And I thought of an orange that I could use, which I think I thought someone used it, which was supposedly, I think it's called light, oh, here it is, light rust, but it's nowhere near copper, I think. Let me check my references, because I have some references here. I did have some references here. Where are they? All right. Well, it kind of looks like it. It's not too orangey as this one. We'll try in a second. What else? Oh, and right, I'm doing a new mini. This week is going to be the Death Guard. It's the one that I chose. I had it for quite a while and I wanted to finish it up. Oh, the brush on the coffee? No, I won't. I don't mix stuff. I don't mix stuff because I have my own cup for it. It's always this cup that I use. And yeah, I did some simple OSL with the brush, and yeah, the head, it's almost done. I don't know if I'm going to put, maybe I'll put some source light on it. Maybe like I don't know, maybe a blue light or a red one, but I think the red one will be too close to the orange, so maybe a blue light with a blue ink, like a cyan or something like that. Oh, you want to know a cool story? Yeah, last week I freaking almost fucked up the entire bottle. As you can see, there's blue all over it, so I just knocked it off the bottle and fucked it up. It was just blue everywhere. I had to be using this droplets thingy to grab, because I knocked it over. I just bumped the fucking bottle because it was open and it spilled everywhere. I was doing the eyes for the Trench Crusade mini, and yeah, I forgot to close it. But curious thing was I used this to grab every single bit of liquid and I put it inside, and I saved like half the bottle. It was like down here and I got up here in ink. So I spent like an hour doing this and this and putting back just to save the fucking ink. But yeah, but I did save it, so let's put it here. Maybe I'll use that to be doing the blue. What else? Oh right, I'm doing another mini for a competition, which is the Wrath from Lord of the Rings, and it's going to be the scene where the rats are being like engulfed with water, so it's like a huge wave from the river, and it's going to be like something like this. So he'll be standing here at the middle, and then I'll do like a wave with some plastic cards and this thing. Yeah, oh, that would be actually a good engineering. Actually, that's a good engineering. I do have like a small vacuum like this one, but it doesn't do liquids, so yeah. What else? Oh right, I have to prime this as well. Okay, just finished the coffee, so let's put this here. So I need to prime it. Let me put this somewhere where I won't knock it off. We need to prime this, put some water in here, which are almost out of water on my spare water can. And what else? Put some water on this one. I'm still trying to decide what I'm going to do with the resin here, cause I have an issue. I don't know if I should be like putting hot glue on top of the paper, right? And putting some plastic cards on it and like fill this up to the half size, like this height maybe of resin. I don't know if I should close this or not, because it's going to be the first time. Yeah, that would be like a really cool engineering, not gonna lie. I think that will be saving a lot of people's lives and money. Yo, is the music too loud? I don't know if the music is too loud or not. If it is, please tell me. But I don't think so, because I got a new mic. And this microphone is actually really loud. Okay, let me just prep up my compressor here. So, all right, let me just, what do you guys think? Should I, let me switch up the camera. Which one is it? Fuck. It's this one. So, let me just reduce the sound because the sound got more intense. I don't know why. Yeah, so what do you guys think? Should I be using, should I fill like the entire thing with resin? Like up till here? Maybe I should. I am kind of down to it. Because I do have some resin here. Some clear resin that I can use. And I can even mix, oh right, that's a good idea. I can even mix like paint, right? I could be using like this mixture with maybe this bright green or maybe this green, one of the two, or other greens. Wait, I think I have a better green than this two. I think I have a better green. Where is it? Oh, right. I have this green. This green from Vallejo is really good as well. No, this is lime green. I don't know. Let me see the color of my ink. Nature green. It's actually intense. It needs to be more green. How the fuck am I gonna find a green? With so many colors and I don't have what I need. It's not this. Oh, I think I found it. Frog green from AK. I think this one is good. Oh, he's snoring? My man. Nah, this green is good. This green from the ink. And maybe this. And maybe we'll mix the Billy's green special effects from Game Color. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. This green goes right there. This one goes right here. Maybe I'll do that. So, the priming. Let's go. We'll use some simple. We'll use the cheaper airbrush for this, and since, okay, you know what I'll be doing? I'll be priming it with the AK primer, because there's some differences between the AK primer and the Vallejo primer. So basically the AK primer is matte. It has like a really dark matte finish. You'll see it in a second. While the Vallejo one actually is really glossy. Well, it's not really glossy, but it's glossy. Oh fuck, let me just mix this one. Almost knocked the camera off. Okay, I think we're good. And we are going to use our little sponge right here, the makeup sponge from the woman. To create some bubbles. This is a cool way for you guys to mix the freaking paint inside the cup. But always put your thinner first onto the cup. Otherwise you're screwed. So, let me see. Actually, let me remove my my watch just in case I don't do any unfortunate stupid mistake, because this week has been with a lot of them. So it's too thick. It's still too thick. Okay, I think that one is good. So one thing that I did to paint on cork, because cork really absorbs a lot of paint and stuff, was I gave it a coat of white glue diluted with water. I did the same thing for the plinth, because the plinth is of PLA. It was a 3D printing, right? So the PLA actually has like these lines, which you can see, and sometimes when you do paint, the paint runs through those lines into the plinth inside. So I did like a coat of white glue to close, like a sealer, to act as a sealer, and like that I don't have any issues. Also on the plastic tubes and everything, I did the same, so the paint would stick to it. It's a really nice technique, and it's simple. It's super easy to do. It's not anything fancy or hard to do. You just waste like what, 5 to 10 minutes to put some PVA glue, and then you're done. In case you're wondering, the base that I did, I used epoxy sculpt, which is, well, it is something that it's been used like a lot. You see like a lot of miniature painters and everything using it. I bought it because it's really, really, really good. It's this one, epoxy sculpt. It's a mixture of two, like the normal putty, but the thing is, this one, it's harder, and I felt like for doing rocks and stuff, it's way easier to work with, because it's like more dense. So just making sure that every piece of cork is painted properly. One advice that I can give you guys is don't put too much paint on the freaking skulls, because especially 3D ones, 3D printed ones. I 3D printed this ones because I didn't want to spend the good ones from Games Workshop on this type of minis. I want to use them for competition figures and stuff. But yeah, the 3D printed ones, they easily lose detail. Even though the print was a success, and it's really, really good. It's really well defined. Since they don't have really sharp edges, because there's a max on the 3D printed figures. At least these skulls are so tiny that I would need a better printer in smaller detail, which I don't have at the moment. Maybe in the future. Oh, found it. Okay, now we're good. I think this is already a good amount of primer. So another thing that I like to do is I like to leave stuff after priming for like 1 hour or something like that to dry completely, because I found that if you don't leave the primer to dry, it won't stick well to the surface, right? So yeah, let me switch it up to this one. I think it's this one. Oh yeah, it's this one. Let me just clean real quick my airbrush so the paint doesn't dry on it. And like that, I don't need to spend like a year trying to clean this shit. Because cleaning airbrushes, it's really time consuming, not gonna lie. Yesterday my Infinity clogged because I used an AK paint that I had here, but I didn't mix the paint properly, so a lot of the pigment just went to the... What handle? Wait, what are you talking about? The handle? The handle? Which one? Okay, wait. Are you saying like this isn't the handle? This isn't the handle. Let me switch it up. So this isn't the handle. This is the plinth. These are those bases that you see for the competitions. Because I think I'm painting this figure in a really cool way, so I think I might be able to use it on printing competition, on online competitions or something like that for Games Workshop. But yeah, this was 3D printed. But in case you were talking about this handle, it was also 3D printed. Only the metal thingy wasn't, of course, because it's metal. Oh, actually, and I did some changes on the... I didn't end up showing you guys, I think. I got to work on my Mephiston red. I don't know why I say Mephiston red. My Mephiston mini, and yeah, I think it's turning out great. I'll show you in a second. Let me just put this one on the side. Okay. So here it is. I got to work on Mephiston, where I'll be... Yeah, this handle was also 3D printed as well. Yeah, I did some changes. So I put the cables, because I was looking at some actual lore and stuff, and normally he has some cables attached to the blades and to the pistols. So I did like a new cable thingy. I inserted a new arm, which I 3D printed from Great Tide Studios, which has like a ball of energy, and at the same time the sword is like stuck. It's not the original sword. So, oh, and also I did it like I put a pin in a way which he will be like jumping into the air, and he has like this cool looking jump pack wings, which is a really awesome thing from, well, from the Blood Angels, right? That's right. That's right. They're called Blood Angels because a lot of them supposedly had these wings. I think Mephiston doesn't need them because he has like psychic powers and stuff, but hey, I think it was really cool. So yeah, I'll be putting that one. Yeah, he fits. That's the actual original base. This is the original base from the mini. So yeah, he fits. It doesn't look like it, but he fits. He just occupies the entire thing. I know it's weird, right? But he does fit on it. Oh, you want to know another cool thing that I did? So I found online, I think it was on Amazon, this shit. So what is this shit, you ask? This shit is, let me find my mouse here so I can, where the fuck is my mouse? Hello? Mouse? Why is it not working? Are you out of battery? Okay, this is weird. Give me 1 second. So, I don't know why he died, but he died. No, they're not pregnancy tests. So the thing is, you can see here, let me zoom in a second. So here's the catch. These are nail files, right? So I bought a couple of nail files with different grits, and I found 3,000, 2,000, which are really hard to get here in Portugal. So I bought them online, and I also found on AliExpress the 1,200, which is also good. And what I did was I cut them off in stripes like this. Now here's the catch. Normally I would use I would use like sanding sponges from Green Stuff World that I have here, like this one. But I feel like they are too rough and too bulky. So this way, I can like, let me grab a mini to exemplify. Well, we'll go with this one. We'll go with the Nurgle. So yeah, I can like grab this and go into the tiny details. Well, this one doesn't help me at all, but like I can go in here like this, you know, and I can even grab or do it like this on this side. I can put it like this inside the freaking head without damaging the mini. So they're really good at fitting into proper places, which normally the hobby knife is not enough, or you want to, you know, sand it down. They're really good. And since they have like this plastic cards thing in the middle, as you can see, it's like, it's really, well, it depends, right? But it's sturdy. It's really good to help out on all these nice details, and they clean just nice. Look, without any effort, they just clean the mold lines really easily without leaving any stress marks or stuff like that. And now I can go, I don't know why I have this one. This one is so bulky. Let me grab a 3000 that it's more. This one. I don't know why I did the 3000 so big, but yeah. So yeah, you can even come here with the 3000, since it's more soft. It like gives a shine to the mini and look like that. You almost can't notice that I did use the file here because it's shiny already. So really clean, really nice. And I really want to paint this nurgles or whatever they're called. And yeah, normally I use the normally I like to use the 1200, and then I jump on to the 2000 right away. These are my main two ones. But recently I have been trying the 1000 because I feel like the 1200 sometimes it's not harsh enough to remove some mold lines. But yeah, I've been using that. That's a really cool tip which I think you guys can do. I have seen this on the Ninja channel. If you guys can go check it out. I think it's a video where he talks about like cheap stuff that you can buy as a miniature painter to speed up something like a army or something like that he does. Also, another thing that I bought was finally the Tamiya extra thin cement, and I did some sprue glue. I haven't used it yet, but it's fucking crisp. This one is still a little bit liquidy because the goo is all in the bottom. I don't know why. Maybe I have to shake it. But yeah, I have to use it because I think it will speed up my building sessions. Because look, I was on vacation with my fiance, and she prohibited me to buy more miniatures because apparently, without me realizing it, I have 240 minis to paint, which are gray. They aren't even built. So yeah, I have way too fucking minis, and I need to start working on my pile of shame slowly and create more content for the channel. And that way, so I'm prohibited to buy more minis. Yeah, it's a pile of potential. I know. Well, mainly it's what? It's Soul Blight Gravelords and stuff, because those are the ones that I have the most. But I have like a shit ton of Space Marines as well, Death Guards, Lion and Charleston, a couple of Orcs. I have a shit ton of 3D printed minis that I also did. So yeah, I really need to start working on those, because, you know, there's no use on buying more minis if I don't paint them. So yeah, and she's right. Apparently she talked some sense into me, so yeah. So the only thing that I'm allowed at the moment to buy is paint, because I still have a couple. I still need to buy some from Pro Acryl that I don't have, which I want to. Oh, right, I need to show you guys something. Redgrass Games, alongside with the lamp, they give you like this thing. These are exclusive packs that you receive from buying stuff from... Yeah, and it's really cool because you have like a shit ton of persons that, yeah, it's really cool. And you have like the step-by-steps, how to do it and everything. Well, it's okay. Like, you have some really good... Oh, look! A copper. A copper one. I didn't know I had a copper one here. But yeah, you even have like basic fire and stuff like that. It's really cool. It's really cool. I have to bring this down to Underground Games one day so you guys can see. Maybe on the next paint session if I don't forget about it. But yeah, you have a shit ton of people. Like, I really loved this one. This one is actually really, really cool. It has some really cool images, and the steps are really well aligned. Yeah, it's a mini tutorial cards. I have two of them actually. I have like this one that I bought, I don't know when I received this one, but I think it was with the first lamp. And then with the second lamp I received this one. And you have like a shit ton of people, like Angel Geraldus, Mamicon Paints, stuff like that. You even have El Miniaturista, Flame One Miniatures. This one from Flame One Miniatures is also really, really good. And yeah, and apparently you can like trade stuff with them. So it's too bad that you already bought the wet palette, Bloody Queen. It's too bad, because otherwise you would receive these ones. Now. And I'm going to buy one. I'm going to buy a new wet palette because this one is really too small. And I totally envy you that you have the bigger one, but I'm waiting for the wet palette of Squidmar, because Squidmar is going to release a new wet palette, and the theme on the wet palette, like on the lid, you know, on the top of the lid, is orcs, which is awesome. Yeah, it's a big one. I did like a stencil, and I glued it onto mine, but yeah, this actually came out really good. And this is a Squidmar image. I found the artist online, and I printed the vinyl and I glue it on top of it. But as you can see, some paint is already coming up. But yeah, I'll be using this smaller wet palette on painting sessions with you guys, while I'll use the big one on... I'll use the big one on, I don't know, in here. I'm already too tired. So yeah, where were we? So I'm going to... Oh, right. I was thinking of doing like the visor of this guy. Right? Maybe. I think a blue tone will be cool, right? What's the... Let me look it up really quick. What's the Death Guard? Let us see images. Do they have like any light on the ice? I don't think so. Green? Fuck my life. Oh, a blue. Oh, look. Actually, baby blue, it looks good. Because I need something to attract the attention of the user to the visor, right? Because otherwise we'll be seeing like this, and we'll also be looking at the orange. We'll only be looking at the orange, and I don't want that. I want to be actually really straightforward, and yeah, I think blue will be a good addition. Not gonna lie. Like, what can I... Illustration. What's the color of the eyes? Red. I don't they have light on the eyes? Oh, actually they don't. Curious. Really curious. Oh, look. So the official art, they do it like orangey. Yeah, the cards you can't buy at the moment, I think. I think they only share them with stuff that you buy online. If you buy something online, they'll give it to you. So I don't know if you can buy like the brushes and they give it to you, or if it's above a certain level of payment. Like, for example, if it's above 50 euros or something like that. I don't know. Actually, I've never looked it up. Well, fuck my life. Death Guards don't use any light. Apparently, besides red. But I don't think red will be a good contrast for the orange. So, yeah. We fucked. I'll be using like blue. I'll be using like this one. I think baby blue on the eyes is good to attract the attention from... Let me get my color wheel. Fuck. So, color theory time. Orange, blue. It's on the opposite side, right? Where is the orange? Orange, 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 blue. Opposite side. So, according to some color theorists, it should work out. Right? Yeah, we'll go with that. We'll go with blue and orange. We'll do that. We'll do that. So, let me grab white here. We'll mix it. Just really quick. Oh, you want to know another cool thing? Well, wait, before I put paint here. Let me show you one thing really quick without putting too much water on my white palette. Do you see these squares? These copper squares. This thing I found online on AliExpress. I can send you the link if you want to. So, what is this, you ask? Well, this is copper, and these copper thin squares, they are really good to put onto the wet palette, mainly because it ionizes the water. So I don't know if you know, but supposedly we should be using distilled water, and to prevent mold, you should be using a little bit of copper inside the water to ionize the water and kill the bacteria. So yeah, that's a cool thing, right? I started using it and it's wonders. Like, the last time that I closed the lid, I never got that moldy smell and stuff. So really, really cool tip. Another fine tip from Nejon. You guys can check it out on his channel. Really, really awesome job that he does at providing these cool tips, so you can like make your stuff last longer. How am I gonna do this without fucking it up? Because I don't want to touch the edges because I already have paint on them, which I was stupid, because I already painted the edges and now I'm fucking the edges up doing the light. Okay. But we need more white. Fuck my life. It's too diluted. Yeah. Like this. I think like this will be good. T3 drops? What? I never heard of that. That's like some ancient shit. It's like, that's like voodoo stuff. That's awesome. I'm not gonna try that. But I totally believe in you. I'm not lying. I totally believe in you. But I don't know. I think I prefer the copper for the reason that I won't be having like a lot of leaves and stuff. When you say T3 drops, I don't know what happened, but something fell inside my chamber. I don't know what the fuck it was, but it fell. Okay, it's almost mixed. Nice. Grabbing a little bit of this in here, and this time I'm closing the fucking bottle. Bottle closed, and now it's the tricky part where I need a brush that I can trust on doing this type of... Oh, I know which one. Wait. I have like an old one from Green Stuff World, which I don't use anymore. Besides for metal, but it has a really nice tip. Let me see. I think this one will be good. Yeah, like that. Oh shit. Okay, I think that... Ooh, I think that one will be looking good. But it's looking kind of weird. I don't know if it's the... Maybe it's the blue. Let me use like a lighter blue. Let me put this brush away. Because now for the ink, I don't need it. So, let me grab... Oh, you see... Oh, I just knocked this fucking shit off. I'm glad I didn't... I'm glad I did close it. Maybe I'll do this one. Because I think... Yeah, this one. This one is lighter, right? Just a tint. Or is it the same thing? It's lighter. Because I need to do the edges. Just grab a little bit of water here. Oh yeah, it's nice. Yeah, it's just a little bit more bluish. way better like this. What? Oh, turquoise? Oriflame. Oh, okay. I see where you buy it. Oh, you said drops. So it's like an extract from tea leaves, right? Nah. I don't like that shit. Yeah, I need to... You know what I need? I need to grab a little bit of this red. This sun red was what I used for the OSL, so... No? Where the fuck you going? Oh, I hate when paint does this shit. When it starts leaking everywhere. I don't know why. But I hate it. So need a little bit more so it's more thick. Oh yeah, just like that. So let me redirect this one here, and like this I can just scoop it off. Just like that. Let me just give it a little touch on the button thingy there. So now we have a clean line of the orange from the below, and then we have the blue visor. I think like this will be looking good. Not sure, but if we need to change it, we'll use it. We'll change it in the future. So yeah, that is good. So now I need to work on... Let me just check real quick here. I use graphite, which I don't know where it is. Graphite, black, anthracite gray, and ocean blue. Where is anthracite gray? 11167. Here it is. Oh, but it's so small that I don't think I will be using that. And silver gray. Okay, not sure if I'll be using that, but yeah, I'll use these ones for the non-metallic pointy thing. What? Yeah, tea tree oil, 3 drops, no smelly, no more, no sticky things on palette. Well, the sticky part, that might be useful. Because even with the copper, I feel like there is some gooey stuff on the water sometimes. So yeah, I think that will be a nice addition to it. So let me just really quick add these things. Let me just mix this paint. So this is the old recipe. Keep it like that. This is the new orange that I might try. Well, it actually is softer than the other one. Look at that. It's really softer than the other one. So I might start using it instead. Let me put the anthracite gray. I also used to use a... Which one is it? Oh, it's Ocean Blue, so it's 11173. Okay, I see it. I like to use this Ocean Blue to taint the blue metal. It's actually really good. It's actually really good. Let me put it around here, maybe. So I'll be doing some... I think I'll be starting on the non-metallic metals. But first on the silver. And I'll do the other one later. There, and I need... So it's this thing, and I need the ocean blue now. The music stopped? No, the music didn't stop, but it's way... It's like way lower. It's the music itself. Let me skip it. Hopefully it doesn't mix. Okay. I changed it. I think like this you can hear it. So, let's go. So one thing that you might notice is I'm not using any sponge. Normally I have like a sponge here. I'm not using any sponge. I finally stopped using it. And when I say finally, it's because it was actually making my control in the amount of stuff, like of water in the brush, less controllable, because it was drying the brush really quick. Well, this is a pointy thing, right? But the light is hitting from there, so maybe I'll do like bottom part light and the top part. No. Yeah, bottom part on one side, lighter part on the other. Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, I stopped using it because every time that I cleaned my brush to form the tip, I was removing a lot of the moisture, and it was making a really difficult job to paint because I had the tip of my brush always like dry. So this part is on the top, so maybe I'll do this. And this part is pointy up here. Yeah, like that. So I need a little bit more paint. It's too diluted. So bottom part, this, top part here, so it's half-half. And here it's going to be half on this side and half lower on this side. And now we are building it up into the gray. We'll mix a little bit of the blue just to create a good shade. Or it's not a shade, but like it's a tone. When you put the paint drop on the palette and the nozzle gets stuck inside a lid, and you didn't see that. The nozzle. Are you talking about the airbrush? Because if you're talking about the airbrush, yeah. But how the fuck did you get the nozzle stuck inside the lid? Holy crap. Oh, inside that little lid from the airbrush. Ooh. Yikes. Yeah. Now I totally get you, yeah. That will be heartbrokening, for sure. I need more silver. It's too diluted. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with me today. I'm doing stuff really diluted. It's good for one thing, for others, not. Oh, this song that it's going now? Fucking hell, bro. It looks like Stranger Things. I can't wait for it to come out this year. Fuck. It's on the 26th of November. So 26th of November, I'm going to hibernate watching the new season of Stranger Things. Not gonna lie. That shit is bongers, bro. It's freaking insane. I love that series. Or that TV show, or whatever you want to call it. And now, what we're going to do, clean the brush. You did that now? Did that happen to you now? At this moment? Holy shit. How in the world did you do that? How in the world did you do that? Holy damn. I don't envy you at this moment. Okay. So we need to do like something like this. I don't know why, but this pointy thing on the edge, somehow it's tilted. Now that I notice. Fuck my life. Quick! I fucked it up. I fucked it up. No. Ah, shit, bro. It went too much white on it. I accidentally fucked it up. Maybe I can save it. I'll save it in a second. Oh well. Oh shit. It dried with paint. Fucking hell. I don't envy you. That's a pain in the ass. Dry paint is just a pain in the ass to fix. Not gonna lie. So now, I think I can do like a wash of this one. Yeah, it's too strong. I need a piece of paper. Where am I gonna put it? Let's put it here. Okay. Okay, like that. Something like that, and like that. So now we got ourselves the metal part. Let me just... Fuck, I don't have black here. Oh, actually, you know what? I'll use Tenebrous Gray. Tenebrous Gray is really good for shadows, not gonna lie. I really like to use it. Because it has like a tint of... I think it's purple. Is it? We'll see it in a second. But I think it's purple. It's not a black, but at the same time... Yeah, look. It's kind of on the purplish side. So if I put it here, you can actually see a tint of purple. It's really awesome for that. Not gonna lie. And sometimes to fix some minor details, it's really, really good. Which I have at the moment because sometimes, I don't know why, my brain fucks up with my hand and they decide to not work together. So I end up doing really harsh strokes. Like a 4-year-old grabbing a brush for the first time. They'll be like Picasso stuff. And yeah, I don't know why, but I sometimes just fuck it up. And I think it might be because sometimes I train, which was the exact situation today. I actually came out from my daily exercise and I kind of feel my muscles sore, so I think I shake a little bit because of that. Okay, this is just about right. I'm going to remove a little bit of the excess water from the brush so it doesn't go leaking everywhere. Let's check. Okay, it's good. And now, gently, we'll do a swipe there. Just a fine line. Fine line, and I do a harsh one. Nice. Okay, nice. So one cool tip that you have on the non-metallic metal is this. You really need to be really light on the lines, the edging, so it actually sells the effect. So this one isn't bright enough. Like that. I think like that is good. Yeah. I think like that is good. So now I need to clean it up with the brown, which I have it here. It's the Afro Shadow, which was the brown for the copper, and I need to clean that little edge so it actually sells up. And when I go to drop the bottle top, it's open without the nozzle. It's holy shit. So now you just dipped a lot of stuff into your wet palette. Like I said, I don't envy you right now. That almost happened to me last time. So yeah, I don't envy you at all, especially because I hate when paint goes all the way onto the water of the wet palette. It's like a really pain in the ass to clean. So yeah, I totally get you. Well, a good thing that you can do, let me see if I can help you with that, is grabbing a color book like this one, and as you can see, what I like to do is I like to grab like a piece of paint. Normally I'll use like an old bottle of black or something like that, and what I like to do is before I start painting, what I like to do is I like to come here and do some fine lines like this, and trying to be doing them, and I'll do this over and over. Let me remove this dry paint. I'll do this over and over. And if you start practicing this, like let's say you want to do like a curve shape, also work around those shapes, because like this you train your muscles in the hand to like, you really start having those muscles memorize the movements that you have. And when I say for you to do it like this, it's because you mimic the position when you're painting, right? So if you're doing on the table, you are not practicing the muscles that you do use when you're doing like miniatures. So the best way is for you to have like this and be painting like this. And you can even like put on your hand like this or something like that, but try to mimic as much as possible. I have seen some people that like they got the bases, you know, and you must have like a shit ton of bases for the minis, right? So they grab like those bases and they glue on top of it a little piece of paper. It is cut to the size of the base, and you can even use like those 40 millimeters bases or something like that. And yeah, another thing that I like to do is I like to draw some stuffs that I see, for example, some shields and stuff like that, for example, like this one, or even dolls and stuff like that. But I draw them with a pencil, and then you can come here with the brush and try to do those little tiny details and try to see if we can do that. Another thing that I feel it's way better, well, it depends on the person, and it depends on your preference, but if you take a good notice at what I'm using, for most of the times I use this brush. I use the number 1. So the tip, well, I know that the brush is really long, but the tip, you can see that it has like a really long hair, right? And really tiny. This one, the 2 zeros in mirror speech, you can see that the tip, it's not as long, right? It's not as long, and it's not as sharp. So I like to use, even though this one is for smaller details. When they say smaller details, there's a nuance to it. So, like, how can I explain it to you? If the hairs are shorter, right? If the hairs are shorter, they are more stiff. So you have more control on the brush, right? But at the same time, you intuitively, that's not the word, but intuitively, how the fuck do you say this word? Intuitively. Is it intuitively? Yeah, intuitively. You apply more strength to the brush when they have like a shorter bristles, right? And when you have the longer bristles, you can like do really small strokes because you don't apply as much strength because you have the longer bristle. Yeah? So that's my, well, I don't say that you need to use something like a 2, like something this big, right? You don't need to, but if you pay a close attention, it has like a pointy tip as well, and a really good one. The only difference is the brush is really long. So will I be able to do a really fine line with the number 2? Maybe. The thing is, I might lose a lot of control since it's so far away. Like, I won't be having the same perception, I guess. That could be the name of it. Because it's counterintuitive, right? Because you see a lot of people saying, well, just get a smaller brush if you want to do smaller stuff. But it's smaller stuff on the thing that, let's say you want to do a small dot, or you want to get a smaller detail or something like that. That's why you use a smaller brush, so it's not that bulky, so it won't be touching stuff. But at the same time, if you practice what I was saying, like grabbing your sketchbook like this one and grabbing a little bit of paint like this, and then you grab it, you form the tip, and then you start like doing the stuff. If you do this, and I guarantee you, if you do this every single day like I did, I guarantee you that you will be having that nice control. Right? Another cool thing is for you to pay attention to the dilution of the paint. Because, look at one thing. Remember when I told you that I removed the sponge here? The thing was, every time I had the sponge, what I would do was the following. So I would clean my brush, and one thing that fucking annoys me, like a lot, is the following. So you know when you clean the brush and then you do this, a lot of the times there's some water droplets on the brush, And then what happens is when I'm going to put some paint, a lot of water just rolls down the brush and it starts to create like a huge pool of water. You know what I'm talking about? So that's fucking annoying, right? So what I come up with was, well, I'll put a sponge here, and every time I clean, I'll pass the brush onto the sponge and I'll clean it, right? The thing was, the sponge was absorbing a lot of water from the brush. And I had the brush almost the entire time really, really dry. And why I'm insisting on this dryness is if you have the brush really dry, the paint won't flow from the brush to the tip, right? And what I was talking about is the same speed that the paint is drying on the Mini is the same speed that the paint is drying on your brush. And this is something that normally we don't think about, right? But if you grab a little bit of paint and you do this on the Mini and you see it right away, instantly drying, you know that that speed is drying at the same time on the brush if it's not wet enough. So as you can see that the brush has moisture, right? You see the reflections here. And you can see if I touch it, you'll see that there's water on my tip of the finger. While if I do this, you can see that a lot of the paint is running down onto the tip because the water is falling down and pushing the paint and it's keeping it fresh. Hence why you need to control the wetness, let's say it like that, of the brush. Yeah, I think those are the two main things that you can do if you want to work your brush control. Also, another thing, I think you have noticed, Blue Queen, because you have seen my posts and everything, but a lot of the times you'll see my hand fully painted with stripes, right? And when I do these stripes, is only because it's because of two things. I'm cleaning the brush, I'm making a tip, I mean, and then I'm removing the excess paint from the brush. Well, you can do it like this on the palette, and you can like swirl it around, or you can do it like this, okay? And like that you don't have as much paint, but not only I form the tip, but at the same time I remove a little bit of the excess paint on it. And like that, when I start painting, you won't see that I have that huge amount of paint coming up, right? Look at how thin I did. Nice. So what I was talking about is if I don't pay attention to the amount of water or paint that I have on the brush, like now, when I'm going to paint, you'll see like I can't do the same thing because there's a lot of paint on it. And I've seen some people do it like that, do it like the, no, actually I need more paint to mimic what they do. It's like the brush is full of paint, and as soon as you touch something, like a lot of paint comes out because you have the brush overloaded, okay? Another thing that you see me do that's just really subtle is I don't fill the brush to the top. Like I've seen a lot of people doing this where the brush entirely is filled of paint. And what I like to do is, for example, let me grab a little bit of the gray here. You see that it's half. I don't go from half to the top. Actually, like here, the paint just came up, but I only leave like on the tip and at maximum half. And like this, I keep the moisture here on the top and it pulls down the paint. As I roll or as I paint, the paint is like slowly dropping and the water from the brush is forcing it's like forcing the paint down. So yeah, I think those are cool tips that you can start doing, and I guarantee you that you will improve if you do that. So where was I? Oh right, I was like doing some... I was going to do something, I don't know what. Oh, okay. Have a great night. Bye. Thank you for passing by. Thank you a lot. Well, I think the tip is good for a non-metallic silver. I'm not gonna stress too much about it. And now we will go on to the brass. What's the time? Okay, we're 1 hour and a half. Okay. So since this is pointy, and I'm doing like a, yeah, I'll do like a non-metallic metal here from the top. So the top is going to be the pointy brass. Another cool tip that I can tell you guys is always let the paint dry a little bit, because sometimes sometimes the paint that you have at the moment when you apply it, it's like fresh, like you see here, but as soon as it dries, sometimes it tones down a little bit. So that's a cool tip that I can give you guys, is when you apply on a certain surface, let it dry a little bit, let it sink in. Also, should I do like a, I don't know what I should do regarding the holes. Cause like the holes. Okay, let me see. Death Guard helm. Yeah, because it has some holes on it. So I should be doing like some stripping like that, right? On the holes. Look. Maybe I should do it like that. What? Oh, this illustration is good. Well, let me go on Pinterest. Cause I've seen Death Guard helm. And maybe I can find some Games Workshop ones. Oh, look at here. Yeah, they do like this straight. Oh, here it is. Oh yeah, they do the holes on it. Okay, that's nice. Yeah, to make it more realistic. Totally get you. Oh, okay. Other people also did it. Sure. Oh, I like this bone thing. Let's save it. Glad I found that. Yeah, even on those freaky ones, they all fill the... Oh, wait, what? Oh, they fill the holes with rust as well. Ooh, that would be cool. Right? That would be cool. Like, I could fill it with black or tenuous gray, and then I could add like a little bit of the brown for the streaking, and then I could like use the magic tool, which is this one, to pull it back and create those streaking lines of rust. Ooh, that would be awesome. That would be fucking awesome. Let me save this as well. Okay. We'll do that. We'll do that. So let me put this on the side. I'll grab this one. So let me grab a little bit of the tenebrous gray, and we'll fill it in. And now this little hole, we won't be applying too much pressure on it. Okay, I think like that is enough. Oh, it gives like a cool vibe instantly to the mini. Look at that. Yeah, it changes the vibe right away. Nice. So maybe I'll use a little bit of this shadow something brown, red skin shadow. But without covering too much of the red, of the black, I mean. Because we want it to be like rusted, right? There you go. Way rusted, right? Ooh, fucking hell, bro. That OSL on this on the visor is really strong. Look at that shit. Fucking hell, bro. Oh, I think it will be fucking awesome. You'll be attracting like a lot of shit to it. It will just, your eyes just sink in. Fuck. That's gorgeous. Okay, let's skip it up. In case you guys are wondering, the way that I did the OSLs, you can check out El Miniaturista tutorials. They're really good. And that's the way that I do. Same way. Well, I say El Miniaturista because it's the one that I learned from, but you can like learn from others. He's not the pioneer, I think, but he's the one that uses the most. Guys, once again, thank you all for watching. You have been amazing being here, hearing me out. If you have any questions or something that I can help with, please feel free. I'm no expert on this type of thing, I'm a really newbie guy. Like, I've been only painting for 11 months. But yeah, I have been to a lot of endeavors and stuff, trying to get to the pro level, you know. And I have been having like classes with Phoenix Miniatures. I plan on having classes with Eric Swinson as well. So, and I want to share my knowledge as well, like they do, because this hobby is fucking amazing, and I love the competition, man. The competition between everyone is really healthy, right? At least I think it's healthy. It's healthy because people, even though they all compete for the same thing, they help each other out and they provide really good insights and knowledge to it. It's freaking insane. The way they all like help each other, they are really, really awesome. And yeah, I wanna someday I'll be a part of it. So if you guys need something from my part, any explanation regarding a technique or something, if I know of it, I'll help you out with tips. And if you don't feel too comfortable doing here on the chat, you can send me a PM. It's okay. Because I know some people don't like to expose themselves too much. So one cool tip that I can give you guys when painting minis is even though you're painting for tabletop, attention to detail, it's really, really important. I'm not gonna lie, attention to detail, it's really, really what makes, like what sells the miniature, right? Because a lot of the times people just skip the tiny details, either because they don't have, you know, the practice, or they don't have like the patience. Because I think a lot of the times it comes out, it doesn't work right because of the patience, because people are not patient enough to do the process a couple of times until they get it right. Which I totally understand. Sometimes it's not easy, but if you practice a little bit, I guarantee you that you will see results. Because that's what us humans are good. We are good at repeating stuff over and over again until we become masters of it. And this is no exception, right? This hobby is no exception. It's the same thing. And I know some of you guys actually are afraid of sometimes touching or doing something to the mini. Well, as Vincent Venturella said in one of his recent videos, is if you're afraid to paint the mini, well, then you should. That's the truth about it. If you're afraid to ruin it, just ruin it. Have fun with it. And that's exactly what I'm doing right now. For example, yesterday I was really struggling if I should be doing true metallic metal on the pads, or if I should be doing non-metallic metal. And then I thought, well, why don't I want to do the non-metallic metal? Because I'm afraid of screwing up the mini. And the thing is, I thought about what Vincent Vitrella said, and I was like, well, if I'm afraid, it means that I need to grow on it, and the only way to grow is to force myself to do it. So yeah, fuck it. So I jump on, I practice a little bit, and yeah, I'm going to be doing OSL, non-metallic metal on it, simply because I was afraid. And it all comes down to it like this. You just need to force yourself onto the situation so you can grow. Okay, so now, one thing that I noticed before I go onto the non-metallic metal is I need to work around on the edges around the bullet holes, right? You put up. Yeah, this is the highlight. So this is the first highlight. Let me do it. Well, actually, I don't need to do it on this one. And I don't know why, but this tip on the 2 zeros from Raphael is worse than I thought it was. So we fill a little bit of the holes with the brown for the rust. So it gives us the notion of depth and it gives the illusion of rust. And then at the end, I think I have some brown pigment. I might do like a wash or something. I don't know if I have a wash of this brown. Maybe I do have. To create like the effect with strips to make it like to sell like it's rust coming from the holes, because this must be bullet holes, right? So since these ones are bullet holes, I don't think I'm missing. I have that one. I had 3 here. And then I need to clean up this tiny edge highlighting with the green. Just to sell that effect of sharp edge or edge itself of light. That's another cool thing that I need to tell you guys is you need to work on those edge highlightings, because I've seen a lot of works of people where they don't edge highlight anything and yeah, it becomes too bland. And another cool thing that you should be doing is separation between elements. So what I mean by this is, like, for example, you see this part where you have the brown and then the green? Well, you need to separate that. So what I like to do is I like to grab like a black or something like that, and I'll do like a small line around the neck like that, just a small line. Some people like to use panel lining. I like to do it like this because it's more controlled for me, but you can see right now it has like a huge separation between it. And this is what sells the definition for the miniature. It's the separation of elements. I know it looks dumb, but believe me, this was something that I saw on, look at that shoulder, right away, bam. Like, you see this? It's too dull versus this one where you have like that separation of blackness between the two elements. That's something that I learned on the Fridays, Feedback Fridays from Eric Swinson. Really cool live stream to see, not gonna lie. Love the work of Eric. He's like a really god. And when it comes to painting, and yeah, I've seen Phoenix talk about it also. And like this, you can see that, for example, here you have the black, there you don't have the black. And you see a clear separation right away. Even if the minute's away, you see a distinct separation between this part and this part. Way cleaner like this, right? Even on the shoulder, look at the difference between this shoulder and this shoulder. This shoulder looks clean. That part, this part right here for the rim around the neck, right? As well. This is one of the things that you need to be doing. I wish I've learned this a long time ago, because that would make like a huge fucking difference. And the recent minis that I painted, and you can see on my Instagram which ones are the ones that I painted. I did that. I created like a really thin separation between them. Another cool tip is Eric Swinson said on one of his live streams that you should, like when you're applying paint, don't go all the way onto the recess to paint it, right? Just leave a little bit of black so you don't have to do that black line in the future. Here I'm not using black, I'm actually using like a tenebrous gray, which is an awesome color, really like it. Because it's so smooth, the way it gives the perception of the separation. It's not as harsh as the black. And I really dig it. I wish I wasn't shaking. I'm shaking because of I went training and I'm really exhausted. My muscles are exhausted. So I'm shaking like hell. I wish I wasn't. That would make my life way easier. And I can't be training on the days that I'm going to do live streams, because otherwise I'll be shaking all over. Oh, actually I forgot about a spot for the browns here on the leg, now that I noticed. Yeah. This belongs to this rim of copper. I don't know what I had in my mind to neglect this piece right here. Okay. Okay, that's nice. So yeah, I know it takes time, but for you to create like a really cool effect, you need to really separate these elements. Believe me, it makes all the difference in the world. Okay, nice. Look at that. It's looking good. That's really looking good. Okay, the top of the rivet here. Ooh, nice. Look at that. Creates a really nice distinction. You look from the top, you have green. You look from the bottom, you have orange. Right there. Nice. Fuck, I went too hard on the curve. Look at the difference. One side you have the shadows there, the other you don't. Well, I could use Num Oil, but Num Oil leaves a really nasty tray. And I'm going to dim down. Oh, fuck, I know. Well, I have to pass a little bit of orange there just to clean it. Actually, you won't notice it because it's hidden, right? Yeah, it's hidden from the spectrum, so fuck. Fuck it. So let me do this fine lines here just to create some depth on it. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with me. That line was everything but light. I guess it's a way of my body saying, I'm too tired for this shit. Okay. I think... Well, I know it looks too harsh, but we'll clean it up in a second. The way that I like to do to clean this up, in case you're wondering, is just creating a simple wash. I like to use my hand palette here, and I like to use it on top of the color that I have on the miniature, right? And the way that I almost forgot one step. So I remove a lot of the excess from the brush, and then I just do like a line, a clean line above it, and believe me, that will sell. That will hide a little bit and mask that harshness of the strip that you did. Well, in this case, this is too harsh. This is too harsh and too wide. I don't know what was on my head to do. Just a shit. I'm just fixing here the tips because it still has like a really faint shadow of white. If you need me to zoom in, I can zoom in. Oh shit, I forgot about the chat from YouTube. No one talked to me, right? Right. Nice, I'm glad I didn't miss anything. Let me zoom in. Because like this you can see it right away. Okay, let me grab a little bit of the orange. Yeah, like this we have more pigments, so I can erase this tiny mistake here. Because it's too harsh. And then let me grab a little bit of the green, dark green as well. Just put it around here, just a small drop, because we won't be using it a lot. So where can I put it? Let's put it here. And we go here, and then we clean this strip here, because it's too harsh of a strip. Also, there's a tiny dot of orange right here. How did I not see that? Must have been the airbrush or something, because sometimes the airbrush leaves like some small droplets. Yeah. So yeah, we cleaned the lines right there. Nice. Looking crisp. Look at that. It's looking crisp. Looking crisp. We're getting there, boys. We're getting there. So now I'll use the new orange a little bit with the other mixture that I had, just to create a nice, good transition. This will be the first light for the copper. And right now I'm reducing the size of it, and I'm also going to like do this little corner line, and I'll reduce the shadow of it just like that. So look, it instantly starts showing up already. Like if you move it a little bit, you already see some color to it, right? So now I'll add a little bit more orange, because I want the orange to have just a slight tint of that previous color. Remove a little bit of the paint there, and now we go smaller. Smaller again. Just a slight tiny bit, you don't need to be too exaggerated, because it needs to sell as bronze. So bronze has that tiny it has that tiny color of, not tiny, but you know what I'm talking about. It has that color of orange, right? Another thing that sells the effect is the striking. I completely forgot about it. That yeah, the striking actually sells it right away. Look at that. Actually, I forgot to add it on the tips. Let's add it right now. Okay. And now I think I can go straight up to the yellow. Let's see. Let's see if it actually sells the thing. Maybe sand yellow, it's not a good addition to it. Maybe I should go with a pale yellow or something like that. Let me check my reference, because I have a couple of references here on my Pinterest, and let me remove this paint. My saves. Let's see. Let's see. So they do, like, they add an orange to it. Yeah. Look, they add an orange to it. I have my phone with paint, with white paint, whatever. So they add, yeah, they add orange, and then they add the yellow, and then they go for the highlights. Yeah. That's exactly it. So they go with the orange, and then they jump straight up to a little bit of yellow, but then they just jump up to the highlights. So I might try that. And it's yellowish, so we'll use this yellow instead as the final highlight, because it's more on the yellows, the spectrum side of the. Do I have a yellow orange? Maybe I do. I do have an orange. No, this is too fucking. But I do have like this pastel peach. This could be the final highlight of a fucking bronze, right? So he uses, yeah, he uses straight up ivory. Fucking hell, he uses straight up ivory. So he doesn't use any of these ones. use this straight up ivory. Where is my ivory? This is ice yellow. Why can't I find it? Ivory, here it is. Yeah, I guess because since it's more white, it just makes a huge jump. And I have to clean my wet palette again. Fucking hell, bro. Yeah, I think that sells the effect actually. It should be less, and I should be doing like a small edge highlight, but still. The orange, the new orange, the medium, the light rust or something. Even though they here use like a, they use a medium rust, is it? So it's 111103. 11110703. So they use medium rust, which is actually cool because it's on this tone. It's like an orangey brown. Yeah, and they jump straight up to beige pink, which is no beige red, which is this one, and then they jump onto ivory. So they do black red, which I don't have here, but they do black red, medium, and this way they sell the copper. But I like a copper with a warm tone, so I'm like really divided. But that one is actually really nice. I'm not gonna lie. Just wear it down. Tiny bit. So let me remove just a tiny bit of this orange, because it's not orange actually, it's like a beige tone. Yeah, let me check with this one because I think I can taint with this one. Yeah, this is a good choice of colors here. Oh yeah, I think this way. Oh yeah, this is the color. This is a good tone. Anyway, I think that this one will sell it more. Oh yeah, this one sells it more, way more. And then the beige, and then yeah, this one sells it more. Let me add the beige. And I don't know why this keeps happening to me. This fucking, like the water envelops inside, like above the fucking. Look at this shit. Why? Well, fuck. What's our time? Well, guys, we're way past our 2-hour mark for the live stream. I'll keep working on this. I'm going to make a small break, drink a little bit of water, and I'll keep it up on the night. But yeah, the stream is going to be off. Thank you all for joining. Thank you all for participating, as well as on the socials. You guys are freaking awesome. So yeah, everyone, thank you so much, and I'll see you on the next week. Maybe, just maybe, well, it's not now, forget it. But on December, I'll be participating in a competition for Roman La Plata, and I'll be doing a lot of live streams almost every single day when I'm on vacation. So yeah, looking forward to it because it's going to be a really nice project. I talked a little bit at the start of this live stream, so you can check it out on the VODs. But yeah, thank you all for the support, and I'll see you next week. Thank you guys. Have a great night. See ya.